Today I'm going to talk about why I stopped using my Fitbit. And I don't think this is specific to the Fitbit itself. I think it's fitness trackers in general just didn't actually solve a problem for me. And the first thing that I'll speak to there is the idea that these trackers, rather than just capturing the information about you, ought to actually be able to help bring about some behavioral change. And if you look at 2012, which was the year that I really consistently used my Fitbit, day in, day out, I logged about 1,500 miles. And of those miles, there weren't a single one of them that I walked because I had the Fitbit. I had a commuting routine that involved riding across on the ferry and then walking from the ferry to an office and back. And then if I went anywhere in the city because I didn't have a car and I didn't have a bike, I would walk wherever I was going. And so I logged a lot of miles. 1,500 miles translates to something like 4 miles a day. But I would have walked all those miles anyway, with or without a Fitbit, because I needed to get where I was going. And so the Fitbit itself didn't actually cause me to walk more. I think one thing that it would be great if the fitness trackers did is actually notice that you've been sitting too long and then send you a reminder in some fashion and say, hey, get up and walk around. Not even from distance, but just you've been sitting too long, you should move around. I don't know if anybody's implemented a feature like that in any of the common fitness trackers, but it'd be great if they would. A second thing that frustrated me about the Fitbit starting in 2013 was I began running more, and it got confusing for me as to whether or not I was like duplicating my efforts at tracking, kind of doubling the amount of time that I was tracking when I was using Runkeeper and Fitbit in combination, and then trying to pair them up in some apps that I was using to track like food logs and things like that. And so for me, the idea that I was double tracking or possibly recording the same information twice, because there isn't any universal like translator that combines all of the data from the various sources of things that you're tracking into and distills it down into one unique like time for the event that you're doing. I was concerned that I wasn't actually accurately reflecting all of the things that I was doing in the way that I was doing them. And so that was the second thing that I found very frustrating. And so then the third thing was, when I started commuting on a motorcycle every day, I found out that the Fitbit actually picked up the vibrations of the motorcycle, and it translated to looking like I was adding an extra mile of walking just from riding the motorcycle to work and back, which really isn't particularly helpful when I was trying to accurately reflect how much walking I was doing in my day. So I don't know if I would call it a bug or just a limitation of the device, but apparently they are not compatible with riding a motorcycle, and it didn't really make sense to me to have to power it down before I got on the bike, power it back up when I got off the bike, because then it becomes too much of a hassle. And I think the fourth thing, and while I haven't taken advantage of this yet, the latest generation of the iPhone will actually, in combination with Runkeeper, track in the background the walking that you're doing. And so I think that over time, the fitness tracker market is going to be challenged by the fact that the device that we always will have with us, because I'm certainly not going to leave my phone at home, but that device will always be with me, and I won't need a Fitbit, or I won't need a Nike Fuel Band, or any of the other possible numerous choices that are out there, because everything will be there right on my phone. And while I haven't taken that step yet, I think that would be a fourth reason that I wouldn't be inclined to buy another fitness tracker unless the fitness tracker was actually doing something truly unique. How about you? Did you find that fitness tracker didn't work out to change your behavior, or are you loving it?